The conversation around Jim Carrey started getting strange after old interview clips suddenly began resurfacing online. People started replaying moments where Jim openly mocked Hollywood, questioned celebrity culture, and acted completely detached from fame itself. At first, most viewers thought he was just being deep or philosophical, but over time, the tone of those interviews started feeling darker to people online. Jim wasn't just joking anymore. He was talking about identity, illusions, and how fake the entertainment industry really felt behind the scenes. The more those clips spread across social media, the more fans started wondering whether Jim had seen something inside Hollywood that changed the way he looked at everything. And according to online theories, that was only the beginning of the story.
Things escalated fast once viewers began comparing newer appearances of Jim Carrey to older footage from years ago. Fans flooded comment sections saying his energy felt completely different from the chaotic, loud personality they grew up watching. People pointed to slower movements, different facial expressions, and even changes in his voice during recent appearances. One clip in particular caused massive debate online, with longtime fans insisting the man standing there did not feel like the same Jim Carrey they remembered. Social media exploded with side-by-side comparisons, conspiracy breakdowns, and reaction videos analyzing every small detail. Whether real or imagined, the internet became obsessed with the idea that something about Jim had fundamentally changed. And then people started connecting those theories to someone else who had warned about Hollywood for years.
That's when Dave Chappelle's name suddenly entered the conversation again. Viewers began revisiting old interviews where Dave talked about pressure inside the entertainment industry and the strange expectations placed on celebrities behind closed doors. People remembered how Dave walked away from one of the biggest television deals of his career almost overnight, disappearing from Hollywood while the media questioned his sanity. Years later, Dave hinted that there were certain things happening in the industry he simply refused to participate in. He never explained everything directly, but his comments left enough mystery for viewers to connect their own dots. Once fans compared Dave's warnings with Jim Carrey's increasingly strange interviews, theories started spreading that Hollywood changes celebrities once they stop cooperating with powerful people behind the scenes. As the theories grew bigger, people started dragging Kanye West into the discussion too. Online communities began revisiting interviews where Kanye talked about handlers, medication, and pressure from powerful individuals around him. Then, fans remembered how Kanye suddenly disappeared from public view for weeks at a time, before returning noticeably calmer and quieter than before. Some viewers became convinced that something had happened behind the scenes during those disappearances. The Harley Pasternak messages only pushed those suspicions even further after Kanye publicly shared texts that many fans interpreted as threats involving institutionalization and control. Once people started researching Harley's background and his connections to psychology and military studies, conspiracy channels exploded with speculation. And after Kanye's story resurfaced, viewers immediately started comparing it to what they believed was happening with Jim Carrey. Around the same time, Gucci Mane's transformation became another major example people pointed to online. Before prison, Gucci was known for chaotic interviews, reckless behavior, and constantly spiraling in public. But after his release, fans were shocked by how different he seemed almost immediately. He looked healthier, spoke differently, acted calmer, and carried himself in a completely new way. While many people believed prison simply changed his lifestyle, conspiracy communities saw something much stranger. Rumors spread that the Gucci who returned was not the same person who entered prison years earlier. Those theories gained even more attention after comments from people connected to Gucci appeared online, questioning how drastic the transformation felt. Suddenly, viewers started connecting Kanye, Jim Carrey, and Gucci Mane into one larger theory involving celebrities returning completely different after periods of disappearance or isolation.
But eventually, the conversation shifted away from literal cloning and into something that scared people even more. Some viewers started believing the entire clone theory was symbolic rather than physical. Instead of celebrities being replaced by copies, people argued that Hollywood breaks down public figures mentally and rebuilds them into safer, more controllable versions of themselves. According to these theories, once a celebrity becomes too outspoken or rebellious, enormous pressure begins building around them through media attacks, isolation, medication, contracts, or reputation damage. Suddenly, the idea stopped sounding like pure science fiction to many viewers and started feeling more like psychological control hidden beneath celebrity culture. And once people looked back at Jim Carrey's interviews through that lens, his comments about identity and fake personalities suddenly felt a lot more unsettling. By the end of it all, the internet became completely divided over what to believe. Some people argued that Jim Carrey simply changed with age after spending decades inside Hollywood. Others believed years of fame naturally made him more philosophical and disconnected from celebrity culture. But conspiracy communities became convinced there was something much deeper happening behind the scenes. They pointed to patterns involving Kanye, Dave Chappelle, Gucci Mane, and countless other celebrities who either disappeared, returned acting differently, or openly criticized powerful systems in entertainment. Whether any of those theories are true or not, the mystery continues spreading because people remain fascinated by the possibility that Hollywood quietly reshapes public figures once they stop playing by the rules. And honestly, that lingering uncertainty is exactly what keeps viewers coming back to these stories.